Hello all, and welcome to Wayne's Allotment. Hope you're all doing well and keeping safe in these COVID times. I'm out on the plot, done one or two little bits of jobs, been doing a bit of watering and weeding and so on, and I thought I'd give you a plot tour for the month of May, so let's crack on and get that done. Okay, so starting down in this bottom corner, this is the garlic. Solent White is the variety. It's we look down, it's all looking pretty. I've not had a dig round to see how big the bulbs are doing, but it's looking well. Another little job I've done is with these tulips. I've deadheaded them and I've given them all a spray with seaweed extract, give them a bit of a foliar feed, so including the tulips in here. Spin you round to this bed here now. In there in front of us, the first two rows are purple sprouting broccoli, and the back row is a row of cauliflower, white XL, so that's doing quite nicely. Oh, a little bit of a disaster to show you. That's my bench. I came round yesterday and I topped up the bird feeders. I put me bucket of bird feed on it and it just fell through the one end, so that's well and truly had it. This bed here along this there, that's going to have some flowers in, but I'm not doing anything with it just yet because with the cold temperatures we've been having, I'd rather wait a week or two. What have we got here? 4 rows of onions. They're fan globe. They're what were left over from when the main onions went in, so I've put some in there, and next to them is some celeriac. First year I've ever grown celeriac, and that's looking pretty well. And then a job I've done here is I've put some radish in. Quite strange really, because I'm not a big lover of radish at all, but it's a few years ago since I last ate any radish. But this is Cherry Bell, which is supposed to be quite a mild variety, so I thought why not. Take it round here. This bed here, this is going to have the courgettes in. As can be seen, I've dug, you can see the 3 canes. I've dug some holes out, filled them with some manure and topped them back up, and the courgettes will be going in there. I've also put this netting on this bed. It is carrot netting, and yes, I've got some carrots in there. Nantis, early Nantis is the variety I've got there. I've also got 2 rows of beetroot. I've got Boltardi and Solandra. but I've put this netting up more, if I can show you. Let's have a look, see if we can, but I don't know whether you can see, but see how the birds have been having a bit of a dabble. Not only have they been having a go at my lettuce, it looks like they've been having a go at the beetroot. So I've put that netting up to help stop that. Spin you round, and the broad beans, plenty of flowers come in. Going to starting to get down there, starting to get some actual pods coming now. So and on there, so that's good. Quite pleased with those. They're doing okay. They've not got any black fly on them as yet, so that's good. Spring onions, 2 rows there of white Lisbon, and then round here are my shallots. Golden Gourmet is the variety. They're doing quite nicely. And I'll show you over here, and as you can see, this bed here I've now netted, because as you can see here, the birds have been having a go, so I thought we'll get that netted. I've also down here about a week ago roughly sown some more radish. They're a mild variety, so we'll see how we go with them. The netting, the bed that's netted there, that's got some red Russian kale over there. Then we've got cauliflower, Clapton, and then at the back there we've then got some calabrese. I think that is, let's just have a look, see if I can see that. It probably won't show up. Marathon, yeah. Peas, this is another sowing of peas that I've got. These are a variety called Premium. Never grown them before, but they're coming along nicely. And a job that I've done today is getting some more lettuce in. What we've got here is we've got Drunken Woman, Fat Lazy Blonde, Lola Rosso and Warpath with the little ones. And as you can see, I've alternated with regards to colour. They've gone in today nicely then. Some more peas here. These are some more Hearst green shaft. I've put them in they went in about 3-4 days ago. They went in. Parsnips, starting to now show the first true parsnip leaves. So I'm very pleased with them. And the netting, again, it's covering up beetroot that the birds have been having a feast on. Fruit trees, let me show you with these fruit trees. These pears, there's plenty on these. I know we get the, am I right in thinking we get the June drop where we end up losing some? The apples over here, just look at this. Just look at them. Absolutely loaded with apples. I mean, if I lose 50% of them in the June drop, there should still be quite a bit to go at. And spinning round to this one, yes, it's definitely brown bread. This was left, yeah, definitely dead. I left that because, to be honest, when others were starting to sprout, I was unsure about this tree, so I left it, and it's proven to me that yes, it is dead. Some more apples on here. I just hope I don't lose too many in this June drop. There's not too many on here. There's only about 3 or 4. Down there, sweet peas. Now this bed, as you can see, is falling apart. It's not the boards, it's the posts, and it's my own fault because the wood I've used was untreated. But what I'm going to do with this bed is I'm going to take it all apart, and I'm going to build it up to about 4 or 5 boards high and make it into a designated carrot bed. The sweet peas that you can see there, they're a variety called Hilda's Mix. They're off Andy. Thank you very much, Andy. And they're doing nicely. These apples again, look. Ooh. Right, let's have a tootle over here. Here we go. Now this bed here, this is having the pumpkins in, and I've done the same with this bed as I've done with the courgette bed. Dug 2 holes out, filled them with compost, manure and so on, put the canes in, backfilled, so that I know where I'm putting them, so they're doing nicely. Some more peas, variety Hearst green shaft. I've put the second lot of strings up on those, and as I pull back, this is some celery. I've kept it's self-blanching, but I've kept it fairly tightly packed to help with that blanching process. And then under this cloche is some more lettuce, because yes, you guessed it, the birds are helping themselves to the lettuce. So I've covered that up, used that to cover them. Nothing in this bed here as yet, and the other end of that bed has got nothing in it. I've got things to go in, so I'm in no real rush. These are my onions, fan globe. There's 1 or 2 that are, don't know whether you can see that one's really starting to romp away. There's 1 or 2 that are really starting to kick off now, as it were. They're doing nice. And then my swede, these have come along in absolute leaps and bounds. They were a reasonable size when I first put them out, but I've put them out now and they're really starting to, it's like as if they're jet propelled. They've really done well. Now then, the potatoes. I've only got myself to blame with regards to these. I'll just show you. I've obviously fleeced what I can. That was the only fleecing I'd got, so I've used the debris netting on here. And if we let this be a lesson to you all. There you go. As you can see, they've taken a right battering. But if you dig and have a circle, you can see there's some decent leaves. It's going to knock them back. I don't think it's going to knock them out. I think it will just set them back a bit. But I should have covered them up beforehand. It's my own fault. I've only got myself to blame. But I've earthed them up a little bit more, covered them with that fleece, and I don't think we were quite so cold last night, and I do believe tonight it's not going to be so cold. This post, let me show you, pull you back, that's going to be for me beans. Today is Friday the 15th of May, by the way. So hopefully we're coming towards the end of the frosty weather, or the really cold weather. Going back to this post, that's going to be for my beans. And I'm looking at doing a inverted teepee arrangement, i.e. all the canes will be in at the base of that post, and then at the top there they'll be round that string. We'll see how it works. It's see how things go. Some more Hurst green shaft peas in there, along with the very first sowing of Hurst green shaft peas in there. They're all quite nicely, doing quite nice. Along here, these are some cornflowers. Then I've got some dahlias here, which yes, have been hit with the frost, but this one has started to throw some other shoots up, and I was going to get that one up, but that's doing the same. There's a little shoot just below ground, so I've leave them in. The rhubarb, I've had several pickings of this. Really am pleased with this. There's absolutely loads to go at. We're absolutely, you could say I'm overrun with it, but it does go, don't worry, it doesn't go to waste. It does get used, and I think that's it really. Oh, a little bit of flower, a bit of lupins there with the bit of flower. So that's it for the month of May plot tour. The potatoes would be interesting. I've never had my potatoes hit as hard as that with frost, so it's going to be interesting to see how they go on. As I've said, I've only got myself to blame. I should have covered them up beforehand when it was threatening. What did it really was on the Sunday, last Sunday, when they were warning of frosts. I came down on the Monday and things didn't look too bad, and I did think to myself, the hard frosts are going to be a bit further north than us, but I was wrong. So I've probably got to learn the hard way, but we'll see how they go anyway. But at least I hope you enjoyed that plot tour, so give you an insight into what I'm growing and how things are going. Lettuce. Variety is Marvel of Four Seasons. They were sown 4th of May. Now, I did a little bit of an experiment. In fact, rather than me telling you what I've done, just watch this next bit of video and all will be revealed. Time for a bit of an experiment. I read an article online a few days ago, probably a week ago now, and it was with regards to growing lettuce, obviously from seed, and the article was stating that using compost that's mixed 50-50 with perlite, you get a much healthier plant than just sowing the seed direct into normal compost. They reckon that the roots, they like the air, get more air around them, and they develop quicker and become stronger, and therefore make a stronger plant. So with that in mind, I'm going to try an experiment. So I'll whiz you around and show you what I'm talking about. Now what we have there is my own compost from out of my compost bins on the allotment. It's been sieved and I've put it in there and watered it, and I'm going to try and grow some lettuce in that. And then in this other tray is a 50-50 mix of perlite and clover compost, and it'll be interesting to see what how they grow, basically how things go. The lettuce that I'm going to use is that Marvel of Four Seasons. It's free with a magazine that I subscribe to, so we'll get and sow them, and we'll see how things go. I don't want to sow too many. I'll just do there's a lot of seeds in the pack, so if these come along quite nicely, we can do a few more. In fact, I'll leave it at that, I think. And then what I will do is I will cover that now with a little bit of vermiculite. Just put a small scattering over that. The compost had been watered already. There we go, that'll do. But we'll give it another quick watering, just to. But it was interesting reading the article, and it was saying that the roots develop quicker, healthier, stronger in the mix. So I'm going to try it, and I thought, well, while I'm trying that, I'll also try some of my own compost as well. Bob a label in. They will both go into a little seed tray together now, and there we have it. A bit of an experiment with my own compost and some 50-50 mix. You've seen there how I've sown them, and you can see how well they're germinating, and under really close, I don't know whether you can see it, it's hard to, but this is the 50-50 mix, and they are just a gnat's whisker ahead of those sown in my compost. I suppose another thing for me to be proud of is the fact that my compost is quite viable for seed sowing. I'm quite pleased with that. That's, at least it's showing it's quite fertile stuff. So that's, I'm as happy about that as the fact of how well the entire experiment's going. But yeah, it was just something I'd read, I wanted to do. I do things randomly. If you're a regular subscriber to my channel, you'll know that, for want of a better way of putting it, I go off on tangents doing various things, and it's just the way I am, full stop. But yeah, they are the 50-50 mix. They are just that little bit ahead of those in my compost. But having said that, to go and contradict all of that, I'm really chuffed to bits that those sown in my compost are looking nice and healthy as well. So that's something I'm quite pleased about. I'm in the greenhouse and I've just been putting some cucumbers in, and I've noticed that there's 1 or 2 tomatoes starting to come into flower. So I thought I'd just give you a quick nose, have a look what's what. Cucumbers that I've put in, that's a swing that's gone in there. Over in the corner there I've put a Telegraph Improved, and then over there is a Mini Munch. But this is what I wanted to show you. See the flowers coming now? This is a variety called Red Currant. It's new to me, and I saw it at the Malvern Autumn Show end of last year, and it was an absolute mass of currant sized tomatoes. Next to it is the yellow currant, and so I've decided to grow them this year, and I've assumed, rightly or wrongly, that they're grown as a bush because there's quite a few flower heads coming, and when I saw it at Malvern, it was an absolute mass of foliage and tomatoes, so I'm assuming it was grown as a bush. But yeah, everything's doing really well. There are other tomatoes that are there. There's just a few flowers starting to come on there. Oh, peppers. This is called Devil's Brew. As you can see, loads of flowers and some peppers coming. I've seen 2 or 3 peppers on here actually. But there we go. More peppers, so that's doing nicely. Next to that is a Beauty Bell. That is just starting. It's just starting to get some flower heads come on there. And then next to that is a Joe's Long, and as we can see, there's a lot of flowers coming on them. Some more flowers coming on the tomatoes here. I've just been taking the side shoots off actually. I'm quite impressed with these ship saint. A few flowers coming on them. That's a new one to me this year. So, but yeah, I just thought I'd show you how things are going. The greenhouse is looking very ship shape at the moment, but that's because when I spin you round, all that lot normally lives in the greenhouse, and out there is some dahlias, tomatoes, cucumbers, pumpkins, and they all normally, he says as he breaks his neck coming out the greenhouse, they all live on the floor in here. So I've had to take everything out. I mean, it's a nice day anyway. It's, look, some nice bit of blue sky and nice fluffy white clouds. So I've put everything outside so as I can get in and do these cucumbers. But I just thought I'd show you that while I was out here. Well, that's it for this one. Hope you enjoyed that. Please like, comment and subscribe. All comments I reply to, so I will definitely get back to you if you leave a comment. So till the next time, be good, look after yourselves and look out for each other, stay safe. I'm going to get on and finish potting up some of these lettuce now. So till the next time, thanks a lot. Ta-ra a bit.